Minister John Glen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the Right Honourable Lady for her response. On the steps of Downing Street on the 5th of July, the Prime Minister pledged to put country first and party second. Now, Labour ministers have now been beset by a series of scandals involving freebies. The Prime Minister has claimed that this was all a perfectly sensible arrangement. Does the Right Honourable Lady still believe this? What gifts and hospitality can ministers now accept? Can Cabinet ministers continue to party in DJ booths in Ibiza? Will ministers be banned from taking junkets at the Oasis 25 tour? Or was it just Taylor Swift that was a handout too far? What role did Downing Street play in the VIP escort further to the free tickets for Taylor Swift from Universal Music? Have all the political staff in the Prime Minister's parliamentary office correctly declared their financial interests and hospitality? The new Chief of Staff's entry seems very empty. Have all ministerial donations in kind been declared at their full market value? Why do ministers refuse in PQs to say when the new ministerial transparency platform will go live? Isn't the sheer scale of the Prime Minister's beneficiary of others' largesse now a conflict of interest? Will the Right Honourable Lady confirm that the Prime Minister is taking a donation in kind of £100,000 a year from Arsenal Football Club, and will he now recuse himself from the Football Governance Bill? Amid scandals like cash for croissant, free gear Kia and passes for glasses, where is Labour's new Ethics and Integrity Commission? And what have Labour donors got in return for their generosity? What discussions did the Prime Minister's former Chief of Staff have with the Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster, with Lord Alley on ministerial appointments and public appointments? Will ministers place in the library all the documents relating to Lord Alley's Operation Integrity? And finally, can the Minister without portfolio explain to this House why the millionaire Prime Minister can't clothe himself without gifts from others?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As I've already said to the Right Honourable Gentleman in my first response, this government is committed to rebuilding trust in politics. The Prime Minister has commissioned a new set of principles on gifts and hospitality, which will be published shortly. This will outlaw the Tory freebie loophole because this government is committed to being more upfront and open than our predecessors. But we will take no lectures from the party opposite on gifts and hospitality, standards in public life or trust in politics. Let me tell the Right Honourable Gentleman what shattered trust in politics: the behaviour of the Conservatives in their 14 years in power. Partying in Downing Street whilst the whole country sacrificed their freedom, handing lucrative COVID contracts to friends and donors, failing to expel MPs caught breaking the rules. That's the difference between this government and the last one. We are strengthening the rules. When Owen Paterson was found to have broken the rules, they tried to rip them up. And now the Conservatives want us to believe they care about trust in politics. Mr. Speaker, this is utterly shameless. And of course, it was not just Tory sleaze and scandal that has eroded trust. Just as corrosive has been the complete and utter failure of the Conservative politicians to keep the promises they made to the British people. So now the work of change begins. It starts with rebuilding trust in our politics, as I've already set out today, and which we are committed to doing. And instead of the cynical and confected outrage that we've heard from the Right Honourable Gentleman today, which is fooling no one, if the party opposite really wants to help repair the damage they caused to trust in politics, they would do well to back the changes we are making and say sorry for the sleaze and scandal that plagued their 14 years in power.